What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Tyler Rodriguez here. So today, as you guys saw from video title and thumbnail, we got freshman versus sophomore in college. Kind of what are the differences from each year. I've been through both of them now. Did my freshman year and now just did my sophomore year. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagram at tyler_rodriguez108, and yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I think that is the main difference is that things start getting a little bit more serious. It's not like the crazy, but you know what happened is you'll go back and kind of act the same as a freshman, just like whatever, this and that. And then I think a lot of sophomores kind of have a realization where a lot of them be like, I need to kind of do more. I can't be, doing the same stuff that I did freshman year. And a lot of them will, especially what I saw from a lot of people that start to take things seriously, take their classes seriously, take their job search, internship search seriously, and kind of figure out what they want to be. And a lot of them will lock in some of these jobs, lock in some of these internships, or start to turn their grades around. And some people won't, and then they'll kind of just fall deeper. A lot of people come into sophomore year sometimes in a little bit of a hole that they dug themselves in their freshman year, and then they gotta decide if they're gonna get themselves out or stay in. I think for me, I had a good freshman year, but towards the end I kind of fell off a little bit. I think my fall sophomore semester I got back on track, and then even more so this last semester I think it was my best semester, academically really good. I felt like I became more of a leader. I felt like I grew a lot. I felt like I got closer to Christ as well, so it's probably my best semester. I think that sophomore year you're gonna have these pivotal semesters that are gonna be hard. People are gonna be have so much sympathy for you because you're not a freshman anymore. You should know what you want to do, but it's still gonna be difficult. And then you got to decide if you're going to be able to persevere through it, going to get through it, and decide what you want to be. So there's that. Second thing is the living. So sometimes you're going to be off campus. You could be on campus apartments. You could be anywhere, fraternity house, whatever. And this is a whole different thing because your environment is huge. So freshman year, obviously most of people are in dorms, right? And this is kind of made to help you succeed, made to be convenient, easy if you get on campus. Now you're going to be kind of off campus, no rules, just you, and you're even more so the governor of your own life. You're the ruler of your own life in a way, and your environment, your roommates are gonna really dictate kind of how things go. So my advice would be to make sure you have good relationships with them. Fighting could happen, a little bickering could happen, but the living changes everything because, like I said, if you're in a bad environment, that's going to affect you badly. If you're in a good environment, people are going to push you to succeed. People that are going to help, be there for you, that's going to be good. But also, there's going to be far different things. It's going to be more difficult sometimes to get to class on time, do certain things. So it's going to be a huge adjustment period. So just notice that. Give yourself extra time. Have grace for yourself, and understand that the living and the environment is going to be huge, and cater a good environment for yourself. Then that brings me into the final one is categorization. So a lot of times in your sophomore year, I think this happened to me, people are going to try to tell you what you need to be, and maybe not so explicitly, but implicitly. They're going to say, oh, you're just, a frat kid, or you're just, this or that or the other, or, you're a good student, you're a bad student, you're a gym rat, you're this and that. All right, yeah, but look, I said in the first one, things get serious, but nothing ever in life is set in stone, especially not in your sophomore year. Have the belief that you can be whatever you want it to be. Don't let people categorize you. Your freshman year, everyone's still figuring things out. No one really knows who people are. But then you start to get into your circle, people start seeing you as what you are. And sometimes that can happen in a negative light. I know for me, a lot of people categorize me as kind of like, a lot of people really like me, but a lot of people didn't. And they kind of categorized me as someone that was like mean, just like a mean frat kid, whatever, that didn't have good relationships with guys and women and would fight all the time. But I didn't feel like that. I felt like that's not what I was. I felt like there was a lot more to me. I felt like above all, I was a son of God, and I'm obviously a sinner, but someone that's pushing to be better and pushing to repent, and someone that's getting better every day. And that's, like I said, a son of God and a warrior, and someone that's gonna make it through, someone that's gonna be successful. So figure out where you want to go, figure out where you want to be, and don't listen to all the noise, because people your sophomore year especially, I think, are gonna try to categorize you and make you think what you want to, make you kind of tell you what you want to be. Don't listen to them, be your own person. And then a little bonus tip is the classes. The classes do get a little harder. It's not crazy, like I said in the last freshman tips video. Show up, be on time, take your notes, study them, and you'll be good. You'll see a lot of people at sophomore year complaining about the classes are so hard, than they're studying 5 hours before the test. If you're studying 5 hours before the test, I always say, I think that you've already failed because you're not keeping up. Keep up with your work and you'll be good. So that's it, man. The main thing is don't let people tell you what you want to be. Carve your journey your sophomore year. I think your freshman year is about figuring things out, having fun, learning the environment. Sophomore year, you're going to enter a new environment, but figure out what you want to be, carve your own path, and you're going to fail, you're going to fall, but get up and learn a lot your sophomore year and really start. I think it's really the year where you start to become a man. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next time. Follow that Instagram at tylerrodriguez108. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay blessed.